Saram everyone and welcome once again. This is a series since we have started a couple of months ago. We have received a lot of positive responses. So with prayers to Bhagavān, we continue this series and today we have with us Brother Amey Deshpande, who has been serving in the Sri Sathya Sai Center for Human Values. And this is what has been keeping Amey busy in the last 1 year. Swami inaugurated this beautiful center to disseminate human values in November 2017. So while this institution has been keeping Amey busy, what has been the basis of what is Amey is the Gāyatrī Mantra, which Bhagavān himself initiated him into many years ago when he performed his sacred thread ceremony, the Upanayanam ceremony himself. So he has been very fortunate to receive Brahmopadesham from Swami directly. So brother, you should share about that unique experience and that privilege.
Yes, mind jogs back to 1989. I think it was in the mid-80s that my mother had seen a Samuhika Upanayanam ceremony.
Mass Upanayanam.
A Mass Upanayanam. And at that time she had made it she had decided that if at all anybody is to perform my son's Upanayanam, it will have to be Swami's only. So in 1988, when we had an interview, she had prayed to Bhagavān and she said, Swami, you should perform. And Swami immediately kind of agreed.
Okay.
He said, yes, I'll do it.
Wow.
So he gave us a date. I think it was in 1989. He gave us a date maybe like 4 or 5 days later. And for that ceremony, because it's a very big ceremony in for us Maharashtrians also. So a whole lot of my relatives landed up, like nearly 20-25 of them. And that to imagine getting an interview from Swami about it. And strangely, my father just couldn't make it. My father used to work in Gulf, and he just couldn't make it. He tried to buy even a first class ticket. Nothing was available. And so all of us, with 20-25 of us sitting, waiting for darshan. I remember the pancha and all of that very elaborate arrangement was made. And we were tutored in, what needs to be taken in, what should not be taken in, etc., etc.
Very important ceremony, actually.
Yeah, it is like it's the second birth. It's considered to be like Dvija. Absolutely. So you are born twice. Dvija, the word Dvija itself is a very beautiful word.
Yes.
There are 4 things which are twice born.
Yes.
A bird is twice born because it is first born in the egg and then the egg cracks and then the baby comes out. A Brahmin is twice born.
Correct.
Right? And then Brahma is twice born as well, because he came out from the Nabi, and then the Nabi, the Kamala opened, the lotus opened, and then Brahma appeared. So that's the kind of what should I say?
So it's like a rebirth. Whoever undergoes the Upanayanam ceremony, once you are born from your mother's womb, but now you are actually born into God, actually. In the sense that now you get initiated into the divine.
That's right. So back in the olden days, this was the time when the formal education started.
Correct.
So if you look at Ramayana or Bhagavatam, it is immediately after the thread ceremony, they go off to the Gurukula.
Correct.
And that's pretty much exactly what happened to me. 1989 was my thread ceremony. 1990 I joined primary school.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So all of us are waiting over there with the elaborate arrangements. And Swami comes and just ignores us. All the 25 of us. Okay, and
he had told that you should be there.
He should, and we had got permission. We got the chit to sit in the first row and all of that. And he just came and as if we didn't exist. Something that only God can do.
Yeah.
And so immediately after that, all of my relatives, they had. Our relatives, how they are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, with due respect to all of them, they had promptly booked the return tickets the same evening, because they thought if a ceremony gets over.
Yeah. When the date is fixed and everything.
The date is fixed and everything is done, right? So everybody left.
Oh, right? Left?
Everybody left. And we were only 4 of us, my grandfather, my sister, my mother and myself.
Oh my God.
Because we knew that, with Swami, it's never certain.
Yeah.
So
his time zones and time scales are so different.
When he says 3 days later, when is his 3 days going to happen? So we waited. All of the relatives left. In fact, my relatives at that time, they told my mother, it's okay, we'll go in front of Lord Ganesha. On the same day, after the morning darshan, I was crying and all of that. So it's okay, in front of Ganesha, we'll do it. It's equivalent to doing it in front of Swami. And my mother said, nothing doing. If you're going to do it, Swami is going to do it. Anyway, so 3 days later, absolutely, myself and my grandfather, in fact, had gone to Dharmavaram to book our return tickets. Okay, in those days, you have to go to Dharmavaram.
Yeah.
And in the morning, darshan is over. Just before bhajans, Swami comes out. My mother is sitting in the arches, the old arch days. And Swami walks up to my mother and says, "Kidhar hai tum?"
Where are you?
Where are you? I've been looking for you. I told you I'll perform. This. And my mother was like, "Okay, Swami."
You can't even tell him, "Hello, we're there."
Because, and that's Swami's way of doing it. He'll just stump you.
Yeah.
Like, where were you? Like, Swami, where were you? Anyway, so he said, this evening I'll perform. Right? And so probably he did not want all this paraphernalia and all. He hardly gave us any time. And my mother was even more panic-stricken because the main Vatu is in Dharmavaram, right? And it used to take a good 2 hours to come back from Dharmavaram. And no mobiles. How does she even communicate to us that please come back by evening darshan time? And we have to do some kind of preparation, right? Before. Yeah. Anyway, so we landed up at around 12 o'clock back, 12:30, and my mother is like, where are you guys? Swami has told this evening he's going to perform. And usually, Upanayanams don't happen in the evenings. There is a muhurtam for Upanayanam, which is usually before 12 o'clock in the morning. Lunch. It usually the Brahmopadesham finishes by lunch. We have seen it even happening here.
Yes.
All of the Samuhika Upanayanams ends with lunch.
And we had now
just a few
ago.
Weeks ago. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
So, and here is Swami telling in the evening. And so we all sat and nothing. We did not prepare anything. Just one tray. Because some of the elders over here had told, take a thread with you, just in case. And then in the evening, as soon as Swami comes out, and in fact, Swami told Shauri auntie that, make them sit in the front where I can see them. And so as soon as Swami came out, I saw my mother and sister going in, so I also went in. And and what followed was an extremely, almost a life-changing experience. Wow. Where, it was just Swami sitting here, my mother and myself. It was my mother and myself. I was on the right-hand side. And then Swami materialized the thread.
Materialized the thread?
Yeah, he materialized the thread. And then he explained the various things of the thread. Probably I've done this, I think, in another interview as well.
I think it's worth repeating because it's definitely so profound.
Sure. So he took the thread, and then each of the sacred thread is divided into 3. Right? So that there are 3 threads which go on to make the big thread, and each of those threads is made up of 3 threads.
Yes.
So Swami kind of held it on his finger, and then he says, do you know what is the meaning of this? So he said the first thread, which is made up of 3 threads, is Trikala. So Trikala Sandhya, which is instead of morning, afternoon and evening, Swami said it is past, present and future. So Trikala is the past, present and future. And then the middle thread, he said, is, what is this? So that is Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. And then the third thread, he said, is the Trigunas, which is the Sattva, Rajas and Tamas.
Wow.
And then Swami said, in all the 3 times, think about the Trimurtis and go beyond the Trigunas.
Oh, wow.
So, and that is how... So that is
in all the 3 times, think about the Trimurtis and go beyond the Trigunas.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is how he explained the thread, and then he held... So usually the father and the mother hold the thread. So here it was Swami. My mother held the thread and he put it across. And then the Brahmopadesham usually is done in the ears, but for me it was not in the ears, it was open. Yeah, everybody else was sitting. And so Swami chanted Om, Bhur Bhuva Swaha, Bhur Bhuva Swaha. So I chanted with Swami, I think twice. And then Swami asked me to chant another 2 times on my own. And then Swami kind of, so Swami said, how many faces does Gayatri have? Now this is a Balvikas question.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a second group Balvikas. I'm doing pretty well, but in front of Swami just goes blank. Yeah. And my mother is a Balvikas teacher, and so she's kind of prodding me, Panchamukhi Gayatri, Panchamukhi. And Swami says, hey, you keep quiet, let him say, So I'm like, and Swami says, Panchamukhi Gayatri. Okay, now then the second question which starts is, Swami says, what are the names of the faces of Gayatri? Now, this was beyond syllabus. This is out of syllabus. My mother also did not know. Okay, then Swami said, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So these are the 5 names of the faces, and
You will think it is Savitri, Gayatri, Saraswati, but
probably, yes. But
I mean, these are
so
the 5
this is
faces.
something that when I stand opposite to Gayatri Mata here, I just move from left to right chanting that, and you can focus on every face. So this is something which is very beautiful. Then of course Swami asked, who is your Ishta Devata? Who is your favorite deity? And then again my mother said, say you. And then I was blank again. So then Swami materialized a pendant of Swami.
Of himself.
Of a silver pendant, and then gave it, and then of course.
So your mother's wish was fulfilled in a way.
Absolutely.
The mother wanted you to say that Swami, you are everything, and Swami himself is creating a pendant of himself.
Yes, and of course then he gave a Shivalinga also. But then the idea being that ever since that time, and then Swami went on to say, do Sandhyāvandanam. That is, the ritual which is connected to the thread ceremony. Do it 3 times a day. And then Swami went on to say, it was almost as if, he knew that this monkey is not going to do it. Right? So he says, even if you are not able to do Sandhyāvandanam, remember Gayatri, throughout the day. And chant Gayatri at least thrice a day.
At least thrice.
So he said in the morning when you are having bath, chant Gayatri. In the afternoon before food, you have chant Gayatri. And in the evening when you are having the evening bath, you chant Gayatri. So ever since, I don't know whether before that Gayatri was such an important part of my life, but I think since then she has become my go-to, like she's my constant companion.
So constantly, it's almost perhaps become like something which happens unconsciously.
Unfortunately, I have not reached that level yet. Okay. Where there's the conscious competence, the unconscious incompetence to conscious competence. So I'm probably somewhere, I would say, I've coined my own term. I can introduce it. Instead of constant integrated awareness, I call it periodic integrated awareness.
So there are periods when you really intensely at least chant.
Exactly. And especially when you're in trouble.
So that is something perhaps you would have experienced any number of times, right? You are in trouble. You are suddenly in darkness, or you are suddenly in the face of such a huge adversity, and you pray to Gayatri and you see light.
In fact, my go-to, like for anything, it could be, so I'm a pretty forgetful person. I keep my things all over the place, and then I don't remember where I've kept them. I'm sure a lot of us are like that. At least I want to satisfy myself saying that. But believe me, unbelievable things like, for example, I'll just give you a very small example. After I joined for MBA, right, I completed my MBA here, and I was joined in for MPhil. And I was lucky enough to be given the gold medal for the MPhil. Now, okay, that was a good part. The not so good part was that I was going to get my degree only if I submitted all my previous documents. That's a necessity of the administrative block. And I figured that I had lost my BCom. I had never even applied for my BCom degree. Okay. But if not my degree, at least I needed my marks cards. Okay, and I had completed my degree in 2000, and here I was in 2007 after working for a few years, finishing my MBA, then doing my MPhil, and I just did not have those
mark sheets.
Now imagine when the controller of examinations told me that if you don't apply, you can't get the gold medal from Swami. I was like, oh my God. I went and I literally ransacked my house in Bangalore, looking for those marks cards. And I just couldn't find it. And I was at my wit's end because this is a moment and one thing is I don't deserve the gold medal, I'm sure, because MPhil is really not something a degree that, you can award a gold medal. But who cares? I'm getting something from Swami's hand on 22nd November. And, and that's it. I said, Swami, if you want this, only you can find out where going to Bangalore University is an unbelievably difficult job to do. So Swami, I need my marks cards. I need my marks cards. Without that, I have to go file an FIR with the police and all of that unnecessary. Gayatri starts. You will not believe, Brother Bishu. In a place where I must have searched easily 10 times. 10 times. Okay, there is an envelope lying over there, and I just randomly pull out that envelope and my marks cards are there.
Wow.
I'm sure it is not a big deal. Today when I look back, after all, what marks card? But that marks card helped me get a gold medal from Swami's hand. Forget the gold medal, anything from Swami's hand.
Yes.
So it's some of these little things, and I strongly recommend you lose anything in life, anything. It could be peace of mind, it could be a piece of cloth. Okay, use Gayatri. I can guarantee you will find it.
Yeah. And I think this is something that many of us have experienced. You are in a new location, you're lost your way, or you're in the bus stand, or you miss the train, you chant the Gayatri. You go to the airport and you miss the flight and you chant Gayatri. You are in the middle of an interview, you run out of thoughts, you chant the Gayatri.
Absolutely, yes.
I think this is something that all of us have experienced, whoever is into this sadhana, isn't it, brother?
Yes. In fact, what I feel is the way you can chant the Gayatri is, don't think about the problem at that time.
Yes.
That's one thing that I've kind of, it's probably because, Swami says, the voice of the Lord can be heard in the depths of the silence. And this Gayatri basically helps you to become silent. If you are constantly focusing on the problem, then it just becomes any other, jumbling of words.
Yes.
I mean, it could be Spanish, it could be anything, and it will not. But if you are able to silence yourself from the problem,
correct,
and just focus here, probably that clarity which comes in, you know what, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's when, the pure stream of intuition and conscience starts to speak, and then that becomes right.
I mean, there is problem and there is consciousness. You chant the Gayatri and the problem is removed.
Yes.
Sort of, you obliterate the problem.
Yeah, you take your focus off the problem.
Then what remains is only consciousness.
The solutions.
Only consciousness. And consciousness finds solution for every problem.
Correct. Yes, it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Brother, any other instance where you have experienced this power of Gayatri?
So,
I know there are many, big and small, but maybe one more.
Yeah, but frankly, mine are not dramatic.
We'll leave that for the viewers to decide.
Yeah, means they are not like cancer cancelled, or Swami appearing, or Vibhuti pouring out from a photograph.
But I don't think we can ever classify something as dramatic, non-dramatic. Everything is very important for you.
At that moment,
any other story? Yeah.
So I remember another time when I was traveling to spend time with my parents in the Gulf. So I was. It was the month of May.
Okay.
So Swami had gone to Kodaikanal, and I was going to Abu Dhabi, and I had gone to the Bangalore airport, and there was a rule which had just come maybe like 5-6 months before that, which was if you're booking your ticket through a credit card, you either must have the credit card with you or at least a copy of the credit card, irrespective of whosever credit card it is. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to board the flight.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Okay.
I land up on the airport. The flight is at like 1:30 at night. So I'm on the airport at 11. Okay. And I stand in the line. I go up to this guy. This guy says, yeah, show me the credit card. I said, I don't have the credit card. So then we can't board you, he said. So I thought he was joking. He says, come on. I mean, I have actually paid for the ticket.
Yeah.
Right. But he said, no, sir, it's a rule. And he even showed me on the ticket itself, it's written that you better be carrying the credit card or the copy of the credit card. I said, I don't have it. So he says, who booked it? I said, my father booked it. He said, can I speak to your father? So I tried to call my father. Okay. And, by then he had already hit the bed. It was on silent mode. And so he was not picking up. He said, I'm sorry, I cannot board you onto the flight. God. So it's 11 o'clock. And so my mind immediately starts chanting Gayatri. And the next thing is, okay, what's the solution now? Okay, maybe I'll just spend time on the airport, all night, and then go in the morning to Bangalore bus stand and take a bus back to Parthi. What else to do? Right? And the ticket is gone.
Oh my God.
So I stand over there, and he literally tells me, can you just wait?
Man, you can get agitated in a situation like this, but you just chanted Gayatri and you said, okay, fine.
I'm now used to that. Once you start chanting Gayatri,
what else can you do? Chant Gayatri and be calm. If something has to happen, will happen.
Exactly. Anxiety doesn't help.
Yeah.
Jumping around doesn't help. Right. So I was standing at the side, and I was still not sure that this guy knows the rules. So I was hoping that some other guy comes
and enlighten this
fellow, okay. Which is exactly what happened, but in a very different way.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting over there, and another Arab comes over there, and he has the exact same problem. So I'm now watching what is this guy going to do.
Okay.
You know what the Arab does? He says, I'm sorry, sir, I can't board you. Okay. The Arab promptly goes and buys another ticket. Okay. And poof, he's also gone. So again, I'm the only guy.
Oh, so
And so
now the problem is genuine.
He's genuine, right? So there's only 1 hour left for the flight. It's around 12 o'clock now, 12:15. And he looks at me and says, I'm really sorry, I can't. Like, why are you standing here? Like, don't even waste your time. Like, there's no negotiation here. Like, don't wait to negotiate with me. So I said, no, I'm just thinking what to do now because I just have another 9 hours to kill, right? So where do I go now from here? So he says, from where are you coming? I said, I'm coming from Puttaparthi. So he says, oh, Sai Baba's ashram. So I said, yeah, I am a student there. Oh, then no problem. My manager will take care of it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So and I thought he's joking because usually, people kind of can just be pulling one on you. So he goes and calls his manager and he says, sir, when Sai Baba person has come, he doesn't have his credit card and all that. So this guy looks at me and he says, do you have your ID card? What are you doing there? He said, I'm a student. Do you have your ID? So I showed him my ID card. He says, okay, fine. Give him the boarding pass.
Oh, wow.
And he just went on his way. So I was still not sure. Are they pulling a fast one on me? Like, are they just joking around? So he says, yeah, sir, come put your bag here. He took this thing and then he starts giving me. I said, are you serious? Like, like what happened? He said, no, sir, see, it's about trust, sir. So that's when he explained to me, why credit card is. And so this manager comes back and he's standing next to him because I'm the only guy now at the counter. Okay. And, I used to have a photograph of mine with Swami's.
Okay.
Kind of on
the individual photo with Swami.
The individual photo on my mobile phone.
Okay.
So I just showed him to tell him that, sir, I am truly a
Swami student.
Yeah, I'm like Swami's institute student at least. And so he looks at the camera and he literally jumped from that side of the counter to this side, over that where you keep the luggage. He jumped and he came and he hugged me.
Oh, wow.
He says, oh my God, these hands have touched Swami's hands. And instantly, like, there were tears in his eyes and there were tears. I said, yes, sir. Yeah, Swami has given. And then he says, sir, I've been the airport manager for so many years. Every time Swami goes from Bangalore to Kodaikanal, I've been in the flight with Swami.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And he says, I was wondering, can there be a better visa than that? Where, and in fact, many times I feel that a time should come when just we saying that we are Bhagwan's devotees is a visa for us to, like, we cannot be wrong. Absolutely. We cannot be doing something wrong because we are Swami's devotees.
Yes. And the trust that happened. Because, you are coming from Puttaparthi, you're Sai Baba's student. That said, okay, then that's no problem.
Yeah, I have no problem. I am ready to take full charge of your, which I thought was incredible.
Incredible.
That is the legacy that Swami has left
behind. Don't need credit card, you have Swami card.
Yeah, MasterCard.
MasterCard, yeah. Divine MasterCard.
Divine MasterCard. Yeah. How incredible is that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to me, in many ways, the Gayatri Mantra is the MasterCard that you carry with you every time.
Yeah. Your medium to connect with the Master.
Yes. And which gives you unlimited access to unlimited finance, insurance cover, grace, everything.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it becomes really the way you can connect with the consciousness wherever you are, however you are. I mean, that is something.
In fact, that's what the first 3 words is, right?
Yes.
Hu, Huaha, Suaha, which is this world.
Yeah.
The all the 3 worlds,
yes.
the subtle world and the gross world and the Stula Shari. So at all levels, so at all levels you can connect to that.
In fact, as you're mentioning this, I'm reminded of this very beautiful drama that was presented by the Balvikas children of Maharashtra and Goa in 2010. And the drama was entitled Veda Mata Gayatri. And, they had taken all these 4 facets of Gayatri, which are mentioned in the Upanishads, and made it like a beautiful hymn. And it goes like Sarva Roga Nivarini Gayatri, Sarva Dukha Pariharini Gayatri, Sarva Vancha Phala Shri Gayatri, Sarva Veda Mata Gayatri.
Beautiful,
it's really...
I remember that, yes.
I mean, Sarva Roga Nivarini. It can remove all your ills. Sarva Dukkha Pariharini.
No, you cannot imagine. It is said that, after sannyas, which is the ultimate stage, in sannyas, you actually perform funeral rites for yourself. Right? They say you do tarpanam for your own self. From then onwards, you're not a Brahmin, you're not a Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, anything. You're just, the only, and therefore,
because
at the
you
stage
don't
of
have connection with your body.
right? At that stage, all sadhanas are thrown out. Only Atma Vichara is the sadhana, which is contemplation on the self. And therefore, no mantra is also prescribed for a sannyas at the level of sannyas, except one. Gayatri. Gayatri is the only mantra which has the qualification for even a sannyasi to chant. That is why she is Chandasam Mata. She is the
Gayatri,
mother of
Chandasam.
all Vedas. Is Gayatri. Because after you give up all the Vedas, you can still hold on to Gayatri.
And I think, and the most beautiful thing is it is so universal. Anyone can chant. And that is the beauty of Indian culture. Right from the time a child starts thinking, we are initiating and equipping the child with this potent mantra, so that the connection with the divine sort of starts and it solidifies as you go by.
And the concept of the prachodayat, which is the prayer over there. So in the whole Gayatri, there will be always a prachodayat. The prachodayat basically stands for a prayer asking for discrimination.
Wow.
Right? So pruchya karani, which is to separate what? Smara nitya anityatam. Bhaja tyaja durjana samsargam, bhaja sadhu samagamam, kuru punya mahoratram, smara nitya anityatam. So what is nitya? Permanent. What is anitya? Impermanent. Give me the discrimination to discriminate between what is permanent, what is impermanent.
Wow.
Which is so beyond anything. Right? There is no denomination, there's no religious denomination associated with it.
Correct.
Just let me know what is permanent and impermanent. And you will notice as at various stages in our life, different things will be becoming permanent and impermanent. For example, as a child, I think my parents are permanent. My mother is going to be permanently with me. Then you grow up and then you think your job and your wealth and your family is going to be permanently with you. All the time it is asking you, think what is permanent, what is impermanent. That dhiyo yona prachodayat. So such a beautiful mantra is, such a prayer, beautiful prayer is embedded in this mantra.
Now, in fact, all of us all the time want permanent happiness, permanent joy, permanent bliss. And one of the very, very beautiful mediums to achieve this and to equip ourselves with that power to not only discriminate but also live in that permanent happiness is the Gayatri Mantra. Thank you so much, brother, for sparing your time and sharing such a beautiful moment.
Just would like to end with this thought. In 2011, as a child who was born in Swami's fold, I did not know any other God. I think most of us don't know any other God. I never thought I'll see a time when Swami will not be there. I always thought that this is one person who will always be there in my life. I just have to go to Puttaparthi, Prashantilayam, and he will come out and he'll give me darshan. Right? So, when Swami went to the hospital, it was unbearable for most of us. Right? We couldn't imagine that there is no Swami around us. Like, Swami is now inaccessible. Right? And it was even during those times that Gayatri helped me to know what is permanent, what is impermanent, which part of that Sathya Sai is permanently with me, and which part of that Sathya Sai is probably not permanent with me. Right? Even during those times, it was some of the most incredible moments of my spiritual progress was when Swami was in the hospital. So I just wanted to tell that even during those times, the Gayatri helped.
I think for everyone in the Sai fold, there cannot be a greater catastrophe in our life, what happened in April 2011. But what gave strength to so many is the power and the solace and the support that Gayatri Mantra gave. And I think this is something that we all should hold on to as we go through the vicissitudes of life, so that we always remain connected and we always are empowered to walk on that path that Bhagavān has so clearly shown for us, and walk with happiness, walk with joy, and walk with a lot of energy. Thank you so much.
Sai Ram.
Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्.